Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their busy schedule to be here tonight. It's a really important topic. The lower back is the foundation of your spine. I want you to remember one thing, that 70% of your body's weight is above your waist, okay? And all of it is loaded onto your low back. So if you have a sitting job, that even puts more pressure on your lower back because you take your legs out of the equation, okay? So I want you guys to listen tonight. We planned a really good workshop, and I promise if you apply some of the principles that you learned tonight, you'll save yourself lost time from work, lots of medication that you would normally take, that a lot of your friends at work take every time their back starts to get a little sore. You can avoid the medication trap, and you can stay healthier and live longer, okay? So tonight, Dr. Kikuchi has prepared most of the workshop. I will be chiming in here and there, but the bulk of the workshop, I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Kikuchi. Give him a hand, okay?
The first one is your spine is 1 unit. Okay, your spine is 1 unit. When you look at your spine, there are 3 parts of your spine. Okay, the upper part, which is called the cervical spine, the middle part, which is called the thoracic spine, and the lower part, which is called the lumbar spine. Tonight we're going to focus mainly on the lumbar spine, but your spine is 1 unit, so there's no taking apart the cervical from the lumbar spine. Everything that we do up here to the cervical and to the thoracic area will directly affect your lumbar also. Okay, that's why Dr. Lee and I, when we adjust you, we adjust your entire body, not just your problem area. Okay, so that's one thing we have to start with. Your spine is 1 unit. Okay, number 2 is that healing takes time. Okay, some people come in, they have neck pain, back pain, one adjustment, boom, they're great. Okay, other people, it lingers on a little bit. Oh, Dr. Lee, Dr. Kikuchi, my back still hurts a little bit. Okay, healing process takes time. The only thing that doesn't take time are things like drugs and surgery. Okay, but there's also a cost to it. Okay, if you take a drug, take a painkiller, the pain is gone pretty much instantly. But the cost is it kills your liver, right? Your liver, your kidneys have to process those toxins, so it damages your body in other ways. Okay, it weakens your ligaments. So healing takes time. The last thing is pain is not an indicator of how healthy you are. Pain. Is it possible for me to be a chiropractic patient and be absolutely healthy and have pain in my back? Yes. Okay. Is it possible for me to be absolutely pain-free and yet have a misaligned spine and be unhealthy? Yes. Okay. So pain is a very poor indicator of how healthy and how well your body is working. Okay. Just because you're not in pain doesn't mean you have to stop coming in. We all need to keep getting our spines maintained. That way our bodies work optimally. Okay. So pain is not an indicator of how healthy you are. With that being said, there's 2 things that we want to cover with you tonight. First thing, why does it hurt? Second thing, what can we do about it? Okay. On the left, right here, the first blank I want you to fill in there, macro trauma. Okay, we have some slides to go along with it. Macro trauma is, who's heard macro trauma before? Okay, I'll tell you what it is, and you can write some of these notes down. Macro trauma is one event. Okay, one big event. Okay, things like you have listed here: car accidents, slips and falls, heavy lifting, end range of motion. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, okay? Sports, all those things where there's one event where, oh, my back hurts, or I slipped and fell and my neck hurts, or I got into a car accident, my body hurts. Most of these things we cannot control. Most of these things just happen to us. On the other side of the page, we have micro trauma. M-I-C-R-O, micro trauma. It's just what it sounds like, little traumas. And like it says here, also known as repetitive stress injuries. The good news about this list, all of these things we can control. Okay, all these micro traumas, all of these repetitive stress injuries that we have through our bodies throughout the day, we can control, we can do something about. When my back keeps flaring up, for me personally, when I play volleyball, when I have poor posture, that's when my back acts up. I can control those things. Someone hits me on my way home in a car accident, I can't control that. Okay, but all these little day-to-day things, poor posture at work, poor sitting position, I can control. Okay, so those are the main things that we want to talk about tonight, ways that we can control and have good posture and keep our body in good areas. Okay, so everyone put down your papers for 1 second and please stand up for me. Okay, I just want to go through a little demonstration. Don't worry about taking notes. I'll get you caught up with it. Okay. What I want you to do is spread out so you don't hit anyone. I want you to stand nice and straight facing me, and I want you to put your arms straight out like this. Okay, and I want you to hold them there. Okay, we're going to hold them there for a little while. Some of you may feel a burn or a pain. Okay, the first 3 things here on your list I want to talk about, and we're going to bunch together. Okay, poor posture. Okay, stationary positions and poor sleeping positions. All of these things have in common is that they are poor positions for your body. Okay, when I'm in the office, when Dr. Lee and I are adjusting, we see you waiting in your chairs. Okay, we know you're there. Okay, we see a lot of this. Okay, I see a lot of this. I see this. What I don't see is this. Okay, what we're having you do right now is equivalent to your head being like this all day. Okay, when your head is over your shoulders, your center of gravity is right down the middle of your body. Okay, your muscles are nice and relaxed. Okay, your upper neck, your shoulders, even your low back. Okay, if we leave you here long enough, some of you are going to start to be like this to hold your body up. Okay, if your back is sore, drop your arms. Okay, but you'll begin to feel it start to burn your shoulders. You're going to have to start work a little bit harder in your low back to keep that body up. Okay, good, thank you. You can relax it. We don't want to throw you out of adjustment, okay? You can sit down, please, thank you. But do you get my point? As your head comes forward, the muscles in your entire body have to work much harder, including your low back, okay? So poor posture is very important. We talk a lot about that. We check your posture every 12 to 15 visits. We always want to have our head over our shoulders, not because it looks good. Well, it does look good. It's going to help the nerves and muscles in your neck, but also it's going to affect your low back too. Okay? Again, because your spine is one unit. Okay? We can't have this way out of alignment and expect our low backs to be fine. Okay? Stationary positions. So let's talk about that for a second. Positions at work. When you're sitting at work or when you're reading, you always want everything at 90 degrees. Okay, when I sit, I want my hips at 90 degrees. I want the screen high right at my head. I want my elbows at 90 degrees too. Okay, some people I see, they type like this, or their screen's way low, so they're like this. Okay, those are poor working positions that you go through throughout the day. That's going to affect your body. Okay, poor driving position. How many people drive like this? Okay, whoever drives like this, how they should. Okay, in your chair, in your car, your knees should be parallel. Your thighs should be parallel to the ground. Some people drive like this in their cars. Okay, puts a lot of pressure on their low back. Poor sleeping position. Let's talk about that. What is the worst position you could sleep in for your body? On your stomach. Thank you. Okay, what is the best position? On your back. Okay. Studies have shown that when you stay in one position for 7 to 8 hours, is that it's going to give you an increased incidence of low back pain. Okay, so when we sleep for too long, 8, 9, 10 hours, you're probably going to wake up with some sore body, some sore joints. Okay, same way, when you sit in one position for too long too, you might get up and be a little sore. For myself, I know that I can sit in one position for about half an hour without feeling any repercussions. Okay, some people can sit 15 minutes. Some people can go 20. Okay, so that really is up to you to kind of monitor yourself. See how long I can read the paper with good posture and not feel ill effects. You know, I'll probably sit half as long if my posture is poor. Okay. End range of motion. Okay, I have that listed. Let's talk about that for a second. End range of motion. What is the worst position you could put your body into? You know? Is it bending forward, bending backward, rotating my body, bending side to side? Yeah. Okay. The worst position you can put your body in is fully flexed over and rotating your body all the way to the end. Okay, that's the worst end range of motion that you can put your body in. So things like picking up a pen on the ground, bending all the way over, reaching, boom, I pull something. Okay, that would be a macro trauma, a traumatic event. You know, I'm golfing, I pick my ball up out of the ground. How many people ever pick their ball up like this? Okay, most people will bend over and pick it like that, okay, and feel something pull. Okay, those end range of motion positions are very dangerous for our bodies. okay, on the macro trauma, on the big traumas. Okay, that's how a lot of our patients have gotten hurt. They're bending over real awkwardly, trying to grab something just there, and they feel something pull. Okay, but also it's a very good micro trauma. Okay, if I'm sitting in my desk and I gotta continuously reach for something over here, I may not be bending forward and twisting, but I'm still going to the very end of my reach. Okay, I'm reaching this way, I'm reaching down this way. Every time I go to the very end, I pull a little bit farther, the muscles get a little more tired. Okay, so that's why having everything stationed very well at your desk, at your home, wherever you're at is very important, because it should be nice and comfortable within reach where you're not stressing your body out. Reaching here, reaching up here. Okay? Anything you want to add so far?
Well, I just want to add one thing. Go ahead, sit down again. In car accidents, the worst position you can put your back into is like he's saying, if you drop a pen on the floor of your car or your CD rolls to the other side of the car, if you bend over to pick it up like this and you happen to get even tapped rear-ended, you're bound to get a disc problem or a nerve problem in your back. Exposing your spine in this position with a force added to it is almost guaranteed some kind of problem for your back. Okay, so my suggestion, leave the CD there, leave the pen there, wait till you get home to get it, because most of us, we think we're at a red light, we bend down and pick it up. More accidents happen at a full stop than any other time. So you think you're safe, but just be careful. This lesson about the poorest posture position is really important. Brushing your teeth. People hurt their back all the time, just bending over, brushing their teeth. If you brush your teeth and you cough or you sneeze, you're putting your back in a really vulnerable, weak position, okay? So this one point, if you don't learn anything else about this workshop, don't get your spine caught in that weak position, okay? You got it?
Okay. Let's go to the next one, stress. Okay, stress is a big one. Stress from our kids, stress from work. Most people carry their stress in different places. Okay, some people carry it up here in their neck, some in their shoulders, some in their low back. But stress is a big repetitive stress injury for your bodies. Okay, a lot of tension gets there in the muscles within the joints. Poor foot support. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. What is the absolute worst thing for my feet? Close, one more. Barefoot, okay? The worst thing for our feet is barefoot, okay? Absolutely no support. Number 2, slippers. Okay, when I talk about slippers, I'm talking about like the $3.99 from Walmart or from Long Surface slippers, okay? Not the $50, $60 ones, okay? So barefoot, and then slippers, and then high heels, okay? Our feet are made to act as springs for our bodies. Okay, right here in my foot is my arch. Okay, most people know that there's an arch there that when you step, there's a little give. Okay, a little give, a little shock absorption for our knees, our hips, and our back. Okay, as we get older, that shock gets worn down a little bit. Here in Hawaii especially, we're barefoot all the time. Okay, so we're really using that shock over and over again. As kids, we don't really feel it, but as we get older, as we get heavier, as we use our bodies more, there's more pressure to that. Slippers. I stopped wearing those cheap $3 slippers probably about a year ago. I was forced to, okay? I'm part Chinese too. Okay? I love my $3.99 slippers I buy every 3 months. But I noticed that when I would wear them, whenever I walked on my days off, some of you don't recognize me when I'm in slippers and shorts and a t-shirt, okay? But my ankles, my knees, my hips were killing me, okay? And it goes back to the poor support. I went to Slipper House and I spent $40 on a pair of slippers. Okay, there's more expensive ones, but that was enough. Okay, nice arch support in there, nice heel support. I can wear slippers no problem now. Okay, and it's just because there wasn't enough support on my foot and that spring was taking too much action, causing problems with my knees and my hips. Okay, if I let it go for a long time and stayed cheap, it would have worked its way up my back and my body. Okay.